Hi.
Oh, what are you so happy about?
Well, what's not to be happy about? You two guys are free. The river looks beautiful all frozen over the way it is. And, Marty and I, we got engaged last night.
Oh, that's great.
Damn it. What are you doing here?
I had to come. There are too many questions.
Now, forget about the questions. The answers don't matter now. Margaret, just go, would you? You'd be married. And I'm being taken back to Ireland, so please just forget your questions, forget me, and just please go, all right?
Normally, I wouldn't ask, but from the looks of the place, I can't help hoping.
Yes?
Might I get a decent cup of tea here?
Ah, yes. You might even get a decent pot of tea here.
Ah, bless your heart. The answer to a prayer unasked, you're...
Spent much time around the Blarney Stone, have we?
Mr. Thornhart's in the local jail.
Finally. A call to the commissioner, and he's ours.
I've been trying to reach him. Seems the commissioner is at some court hearing and can't be interrupted.
Nora, tell me this whole nightmare is going to be over soon.
I don't see how it can't be, what with everything Vicky's done.
Yes. It's rather incredible, isn't it? After all these years, for her to realize that she was the one who killed Victor. I can't even imagine it.
Well, it's going to seem real to you soon enough. Let's go in. I want to see if Vicky's statement arrived yet.
Dorian, I'm so sorry that I had to roll over on you like that. But you left me no choice, Pumpkinhead.
Let's go in. We still have some details to settle.
He still doesn't know, does he?
Know what?
Come on.
He hasn't a clue. What else is new? He still thinks that I'm headed back to death row.
Sounds like a good bet to me.
Oh, Hank, please. I would prefer it if you don't discuss anything with my client outside of the courtroom.
Your client played fast and loose with the law. The Commonwealth doesn't like that. There's a debt owed.
Hank, how dense are you? I did not kill Victor Lord. Vicky did.
It was only in treatment with my therapist that I recalled the terrible moment in which I, in a dissociative state, murdered my father and abuser, Victor Lord, smothering him in his hospital bed with a pillow. I alone caused his death.
I'm sure you'll find that all in order. This has to go to court immediately, so if you'll...
Vicky? I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Vicky, there is no reason to think that you are going to be charged in Victor's death.
No, you don't understand. I want to go to the court myself. I want to go to the hearing. I want to personally make sure that the judge understands and that Dorian is released. Vicky, we all talked about this and we all agreed that this was too much stress for you right now. You need to save your strength for your own hearing, if there is one.
I am sure that your signed statement will be more than enough to get Dorian released, but we have to get it to court right now.
You don't get it. You don't get it. I've spent all these years loathing Dorian, treating her like my mortal enemy, and all along it was me. I was responsible. It was me. I'm okay. I just want to go there. I want to make sure that Dorian is released of everything that I've held her accountable for all these years. Please, please let me go.
It's out of the question. Vicky, you cannot put your health in jeopardy, and not for Dorian, of all people. Now, please, sign it.
What, am I supposed to believe that the Commonwealth thinks it's hunky-dory, that they condemn this woman to death by lethal injection for a crime she didn't commit? I don't think so, Hank.
That doesn't mean all other bets are off.
What kind of cold-hearted madness is it to punish this woman more than she already has been?
It's not cold-hearted, and it's not madness. It's the dispassionate functioning of the law.
There is no such thing as dispassionate functioning of the law when it comes to...
I would give my right arm to see the dispassionate functioning of the law in my courtroom. Do you two plan to try this case without benefit of a judge? Because I will gladly leave.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Judge, I apologize.
As well you should. I had hoped, this being a closed hearing, that we would be free of theatrics. Evidently, I was mistaken. But assuming we can get to the bottom of this legal rat's nest, I think we will find justice hiding there. Please, excuse me for a moment while I review these motions.
Honey, sorry I had to stop by my office. How's it going?
We'll see.
Mr. Vickers, I'll get to you in a moment. Counsel has stopped me if I miss anything. First, there was the conviction of Dorian Lord for the murder of her then-husband, Victor Lord. That conviction was reversed, and the sentence was vacated. Recently, there was a request to reverse the reversal and return Miss Lord to death row. Now, if I have understood all of this, there is pending in this courtroom a request to reverse the reversal of the reversal. Is that accurate and clear to all relevant parties?
Yes, Your Honor,
the Commonwealth seeks to charge Dorian Lord with forgery, fraud, perjury, and obstruction of justice.
Mr. Gannon, I will speak to you in a moment. Continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the charges that the people propose are completely irrelevant in light of the suffering that my client has already undergone. This woman, through a gross miscarriage of justice, was sentenced to death row. All of this is verified in the written confession of Victoria Carpenter, the confession that she killed her father, Victor Lord.
What?
Yes, you've been blackmailing the wrong woman, David.
I wish counsels would ask their respective clients to be silent. Miss Buchanan, the document you so dramatically refer to is not on my desk. Is it in your possession?
No, it's not, Your Honor. If I may ask this court for a slight delay in the proceedings so that I may find out why it hasn't arrived yet.
Use my office and make it fast.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Hank, can I talk to you for a minute? Yeah, sure.
Irish guy, Patrick Thornhart.
Right, Thornhart. Fill me in.
Turned himself in last night.
Excellent.
The Irish authorities confirmed that he's wanted for murder.
Well, thank God he's off the streets. I mean, especially since Marty Saber was involved with him somehow.
Go home, Margaret. We said all that mattered.
Have we? What? Did I miss it?
There's nothing else to tell.
How about the truth? Finally, Now, one last time, tell me the truth.
Truth about what?
Did you kill Siobhan?
Isn't that what you read in the papers? Isn't that why you called the bloody police to come and get me?
I was scared.
Of me?
I'm confused. I don't know. I don't know what to think. Everything I've heard and read since I left you in Inniscrag makes me think that I was wrong, that you killed Quilligan and Siobhan.
Well, then that's it, isn't it?
No, it isn't. Because you sent Maggie Carpenter to warn me. Why would you do that? Why did you turn yourself in? Patrick, it doesn't add up. Listen, poet, physicist, teacher, killer, whoever you are. Please, for the memory of a few days in Ireland when we made time, stop. Please, please tell me the truth before something terrible happens. Patrick, I trusted you enough to make love to you. Now, either I made a horrendous mistake and I should never trust my feelings again, or you're an innocent man caught in a very dangerous trap. Please. I need to know.
Who are you?
I'm not the one switching identities.
Aren't you? Are you really intending to marry this man, Dylan?
Yes.
Do you love him then?
Oh, yes, I do.
Well, then go away. Stay out of this.
No, I can't, because it doesn't make sense. Even if you lied about who you are, or Siobhan, or the men of 21, it doesn't explain why they kidnapped us, blindfolded, and took us to a Celtic ruin.
Angel, why are you persisting with these questions about this? What's it for? Huh? Do you know where I grew up? There was a building where you could take your copper pennies and rub them on a brick, make them look like silver. But they were still pennies, Margaret. Doesn't matter how this may look to you. Doesn't matter. None of it matters now.
It does matter. Because if you are telling the truth, then I can still help you. I know the police commissioner. He'll call the FBI, and I'll tell them everything that happened in Ireland about Inspector Quilligan and the men who were chasing us and the sheet music.
Will you stop? Quit trying to make me sound like some bloody hero. If you want the truth, all right, I'll give you the truth. I needed help. And you were there, and you were lost, and so gullible, and so convenient, and I used you. And that's the truth.
Well, I knew things were going to be better for you and Marty when she got back from Ireland, but God, you sure didn't waste any time, did you?
I didn't have to.
I'm really happy for both of you. It's nice that something good's happening around here.
So what's happening with you and Antonio?
To tell you the truth, Dylan, I'm not really sure what's happening between Antonio and me. Something, I know that much. He's intense and complicated, and God, I can't even get a sentence out.
Sounds pretty big.
Yeah. It is big, and it's really scaring me.
So, free at last. Tell me, what's it like to be out and walking around?
Great. Like there's air to breathe again. Look, Linda, I want to thank you for helping Bo get Manzo. I know Andy thinks you too.
I didn't do it for her. I did it for you.
If Vicky had confessed to killing her father in the first place, we wouldn't be here.
Well, soon I won't be.
Hey, keep it down.
Nora, what's going on?
Vicky's statement just arrived.
Well, shouldn't we get to read it first?
No. Only you would think that you get to read a sealed court document before the judge does. Why are you so worried? Dorian? Oh, Dorian, what is it? What is it you're keeping from me? You're keeping something from me, aren't you? I swear I will hang you myself if you have lied to me again.
What is this? Dorian has new information on this case. Well, Dorian, would you like to share it with us?
Might I have a moment alone with my client without your eavesdropping, Hank?
Sure. Don't mind me.
We've been down this road before, Dorian. Just makes my blood run cold speculating what's on your conscience this time. Speak up, I can't hear you.
Nora, it's just, you know Vicky. She's very unstable, very, and I mean, she might say anything. Anything.
All right. This hearing is called to order. I have read through Victoria Lord Carpenter's sworn statement in which she assumes full responsibility for her father's murder.
Your Honor, there are matters before this court that go far beyond the scope of the crime to which Mrs. Carpenter's statement pertains. Dorian Lord may not be responsible for Victor Lord's death, but she and her accomplice, Mr. Vickers, are also charged with forgery, fraud, perjury, and obstruction of justice. Now, these may seem small matters compared to murder, but they are still felonies. And the law demands that both defendants be punished.
Your Honor, please, may I be heard?
I mean, am I a total lunatic to even think about getting involved with somebody like Antonio? I mean, I don't know, he'd probably be upset that I only know 2 words of Spanish.
Come on, Andy, is that what you're concerned about?
No. I mean, it has nothing to do with him being Puerto Rican. I mean, even if he wasn't, I don't even think I'd figure him out then. He's so volatile.
Well, listen, if you want it bad enough, the risk is worth it. Just ask me or Marty for that matter.
Thanks. Hi, Linda. I understand I have you to thank for...
Oh, forget about it.
No, I want you to know how grateful I am. Would you excuse us for a minute? I want to talk to Antonio.
Sure. I gotta talk to Juanita anyway.
So, what time do you get off today?
Not for a while. Why? What's up?
I thought maybe we could do a little Christmas shopping together. What do you say? I don't believe what happened between us didn't mean anything to you.
As I explained to you, the police were after me and you were there, willing to believe.
Can you honestly say it was just an act? That everything you said and everything you did was just to set me up, to cover for you? You said that the night we spent together changed your whole world.
That's me. Silver-tongued, brooding Irish poet.
Ah, penny, brown penny, brown penny. I'm looped in the loops of her hair. Works every time.
Then you were right. It may shine like silver, but it's still a penny.
Margaret, wait. Margaret, please. Remember what I said about the sheet music? I'm not alone in this. Gotta keep quiet about seeing it, or you'll be in real trouble.
Oh, am I to believe that you actually care whether I live or die?
Said I used you, never said I wanted you dead. I've enough deaths on my conscience as it is.
Don't worry. I'm not planning on dying anytime soon. After all, I'm engaged to a wonderful man. I have everything to live for.
All the best to you, then. I love you.
Commissioner Buchanan, please. Will Conti be beefed in court? Or hasn't this town yet braced itself for the 21st century? All right. Tell him that Chief Inspector Bass of the Irish Special Branch needs to speak to him immediately. Yes, that's right. I can be reached at the Palace Hotel. Right. No, thank you.
There are plans to be made for Thornhart's return trip.
Yes. A flight to Ireland, an armed guard, a desperate attempt to escape, and one dead terrorist.
All right. Mrs. Carpenter, the court will hear you.
I didn't come here with a prepared statement. You have my statement there, I think.
I do.
I came here because I really wanted to talk to you personally. I wanted to make sure that the record is truly set straight regarding Dorian Lord. You see, for years and years, I've hated this woman. I have despised her because I believed that she murdered my father. And my hatred for her and her anger with me over that could have, on any number of occasions, totally destroyed both of our lives. I was obsessed with this hatred because I was so convinced that she had taken my father away from me. You see, my father, a man that that I loved very much and who I respected. Just a few days ago, I discovered the truth, which is that Dorian Lord did not, she did not murder my father. I did. I'm sorry.
Take your time, please, Mrs. Carpenter.
No, I have to say this. I came here because... Dorian, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Those words are so pitiful and inadequate. I know that, given what I've done to you. I have done you harm that can never, ever be repaid. I've put you through years and years of public contempt and condemnation. I saw you go through the unspeakable horror of being sentenced to death for a murder you didn't commit. And my only defense is that I didn't know it. I did not know it. I had no idea that it was me. I would so love to be able to say that it wasn't really me, you know, that it was... But it was me. It was me. It is a part of me. No, please, 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 just let me do this, please. I'm okay. Oh, thank you. You see, I'll have to live with myself now for the rest of my life, with the knowledge of what I've done. I live with an image that is burned into my heart and into my soul, of my hands, pressing down on my father's face and snuffing out what little life was left in him. I have to live with the knowledge that I killed him. I killed him, and yet I let you pay for it over and over and over again. Dorian, I swear to you, I didn't know it. I didn't know it. I swear it to you, I didn't.
I know. I know you didn't, Vicky.
The best way that I know, the only way that I know to make restitution is to beg the court to show leniency to Dorian Lord for any crimes that she may have committed while trying to prove her innocence. Your Honor, she didn't do it. She truly did not do it. We can only imagine her desperation. I'm quite sure that she's paid her debt, any debt that she owes. I beg you, I implore you, Your Honor, please, just let her go free.
Hey, my shift, actually, is almost over soon.
So, you want to go Christmas shopping or not?
Well, I could definitely use some help with buying my mother's gift. Yeah.
Great. I'll meet you at the mall in half an hour at the coffee shop.
You got it.
So, what's up with you and little Officer Andy?
You know, you're so pretty. Why you want to frown like that, huh? And it's none of your business what's up with me and Andy.
I thought it was. I thought you and me had something going.
Look, Linda, I like you a lot. Okay, but I just found out I'm free again. And I'm not committing to anybody. Okay?
Mrs. Carpenter, I want to thank you for the courage you've shown in coming forward today. I am prepared to rule on the charges pending against David Vickers and Dorian Lord. I will begin with you, Mr. Vickers. Please rise. I can find no motive for your actions except pure greed. You are charged with forgery, fraud, perjury, and obstruction of justice. How do you plead?
Well, hey, not guilty. 1,000%.
So noted. Bail is set at $100,000.
I'm broke.
Oh, that is of no concern to me. Considering your history, your lack of ties to this community, and your remarkable absence of continuous employment, you are lucky that I'm setting bail at all. So please, sit down, Mr. Vickers. Mrs. Lord. You are faced with the same charges as Mr. Vickers. The court elects to count your time on death row and the suffering caused by that death sentence in itself as time served against these charges. You are therefore judged to have paid your debt in full. Your charges are dismissed and you are free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mrs. Carpenter. Your case in the murder of Victor Lord will be turned over to the grand jury as soon as possible after the Christmas holidays. Until then, because this is a murder case, I have no choice but to remand you to the locked ward at Landview Hospital Psychiatric Unit. This hearing is adjourned.
Vicky, I'm awful proud of you.
Thank you. But I don't really feel very heroic. No matter how evil my father was, I took his life. I could never reconcile that.
Vicky, I'm very worried about how tired you must be. I'd like to get you back to the hospital.
Vicky. I couldn't leave without.
Would you just give us a moment, please?
I didn't want to go home without thanking you for what you did today. I really was very afraid that you would say something about my having withheld the medication from Victor.
Dorian, I promised you that I would never, ever say anything about that. And I never will. That's between you and your conscience. And I cannot presume to judge you. Not me. Of all people.
I just want to tell you that I think that you are brave beyond belief for doing what you did today. You could have remained silent, but you didn't. And I will never forget that. Merry Christmas.
Honey, I know that it's a little early, but we've got to have a toast to your victory in that courtroom.
And Vicky's courage.
I know she's got a long way to go before she's well, but from what we saw in that courtroom...
She's as strong as they come.
Yep.
Looks like maybe Vicky came through okay today.
Laurie, hallelujah. Lunch is on me.
Yeah.
Oh, but you might not want to have it here.
Pardon me?
There is a very persistent Irishman who's been waiting here all morning to contact you.
Yeah, that guy. Look, just tell him that I'll call him later. So.
Oh, too late.
What?
You are Commissioner Buchanan, I'm told. Have you received any of my numerous messages?
Inspector Bass, I presume, huh? Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been in court all morning. Why don't we meet in my office, say, about 2 o'clock?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It can't wait. I need you to come with me now and start processing Patrick Thornhart's release into my custody. We're behind schedule as it is.
Well, couldn't you wait for us to have just a little lunch first?
Well, I'd hate to deprive the lovely little lady of lunch, but it won't wait, don't you see? Urgent diplomatic business at the highest level.
Your name is right. But persistent isn't exactly the word I'd use. Don't worry about me. I'll grab some Chinese and eat at the office. I'll see you when you come down from your highest level.
Thornhart's a killer, you see. And the Irish Special Branch wants him back in Ireland to stand trial for multiple murders. And I want him on a plane by nightfall.
Hi, congratulations. I saw Dylan, he told me you guys were engaged. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, what, are you okay? Fine. I was just thinking about Blair. You know, I mean, here it is, Christmas, and I'm engaged, and everything's great, and she's mourning Todd's death. Morty, look, I know it's really awful about Todd and everything, but when you get engaged, it's a time to be happy, to celebrate. You're right. Okay, come, let's see the ring. All right, go and love, young lady.
Go and love. Go and love, young man, if the lady be young and fair. Ah, penny, brown penny, brown penny. I am looped in the loops of her hair.